Cardano community, and the aim was to do about 3 major workshops in Ghana in order to educate and engage builders and developers, or even people that are potentials in building on blockchain, precisely Cardano blockchain. Engage you at least 50 from each city in each of these 3 cities in Ghana, so that at the end of the day we can have about 150 people coming to Cardano blockchain. And so we had our first session in February in Tambale, the second in Kumasi in March, and then this will be our last workshop for the project. But that doesn't end. Maybe after this we can decide to do some other events just to have people get educated. So this is the last session, and we're doing it here at Aya, and I just want to walk us through Cardano blockchain. Of course, some of you may have a little understanding of what Cardano is or what blockchain is, but just for our knowledge, Cardano was founded by Charles Hoskinson, or co-founded by Charles Hoskinson, who is one of the co-founders of Ethereum. I think when you look up, once you're right, you will see a gentleman up there. That is the founder of what? We all know him. Who can mention? Yeah, that's Vitalik over there, founder of Ethereum. In fact, we co-founded, this gentleman, Vitalik, and Charles Hoskinson founded Ethereum. But along the line, Charles decided to take a different route in order to create Cardano with his company called Input Output Hong Kong, IOHK, which is now Input Output Global, IOG. And so Cardano is just one of his products, because he wanted, in 2017, he wanted to just have like a platform that will provide utility to save database, utility for billions of people to be able to deploy their real world tokens on the blockchain, to manage data, to manage governance, and not just data, but go beyond data, but what? Governance. Because we believe that technology can help us to be able to what? To do governance. I think along the line we'll get to know that. Then one key thing that makes Cardano stand out is its scalability strength, with its interoperability strength, and with its what? Sustainability. Of course, for sustainability, every project that you build, even projects are temporary in nature, but some projects definitely will have to what? Scale, will have to expand its reach, will have to partner with chains, other blockchains. You need to collaborate. So we want to go beyond just competition or beyond innovation, but to be able to what? To collaborate and leverage each other blockchains in order to be able to scale our impact and sustain it. So that's basically what Cardano is. And Cardano has its native token, which is ADA. Of course, every blockchain or every cryptocurrency that exists has its native cryptocurrency. So ADA or Cardano, as one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap now, is what we use to be able to run the blockchain. So any activity you want to do, any asset that you want to create, you will need the token with a wallet to be able to build on Cardano. So if you search, who can just tell me the price of ADA now on the market? The one ADA is how much? 6 cents, right? It's about 6 cents, and I mean its all-time high was somewhere 2020 what?
20.
Madam,
22.
You saw the all-time high.
22, yeah.
Some of us came in. That's how it is. You can came in at the very top point. The 2021 I discovered it. I mean, yeah, 2022 around 2.2. Either, yeah, 2.2.
I went up to 3.2.
Yes, at the all time was $3 or 3.2, right? And now 6 cents, 0.6, and that's how volatile the market is. Sure that you have your token, and of course even use the stable coin like the USDC and USDT to be able to build simple solutions. Security, sustainability, and scalability, I've talked on that. So ADA is the native cryptocurrency, and I think we have about 45 billion ADA in circulation. No, so 45 billion is the market cap, and about 35 is already in circulation. So just about 5 billion left for, no, about 10 billion tokens of ADA left to be fully distributed. Just like we have 21 million BTC available. And in every 4 years, when the halving is done, the coin becomes scarce and scarce. And that's why you see the price keeps on what? Increasing. Since 2009, when anonymous Satoshi Nakamoto brought this invention, it's been growing steadily. $200, 300,000, 2,000 to 3,000, 9,000. To today it's around 85. As at this morning, 85,000 US dollars. We are nearing 100,000. And so, that's how the growth is. That's how the growth is. And one thing that makes Cardano also stands out is its research, focus. There's enormous, team, team that are working around the ecosystem in order to bring about, research-driven solutions. So key things is supply chain. Someone mentioned you want to learn more about how we can use blockchain to track identity management, data storage, and then what? Voting systems and more. Because why are we bringing this innovation? Because of the problems that are existing in our daily lives, in our social systems and political systems. All of us here would have wished we have a very reliable system where we can just cast our votes from our rooms or at our workplace and we cast our votes. But on every 7th December, we have to go and queue and cast our physical ballots, risking our lives because it's life and death matter. But if we are able to have electronic voting system, of course, there's blockchain, because blockchain, where everyone, there are numerous participants on it, and it's decentralized. So everything that happens there, we all participate. Nobody can actually tamper with it. Unlike you have it centralized and it's just a tech giant that has built it, maybe Microsoft has built an e-voting system, and Microsoft can decide to maneuver their way around it. But if you have a lot of people that are interconnected, they buy Paris, Argentina, just to ensure that we have, because governments, they have the power, they have the central banks. At least if you're able to engage ministries, engage governors and all that, they can buy into the idea of blockchain and adapt that. We are all privy to the ideas of skepticism. When people are skeptics, some cause it scam. Even today, you can mention crypto to your friend or your family person. They say, "Oh, this is not scam," because of the associated fraud activities that happens. But just even our normal fiat monies that we use, but even more money, the telcos monies, they are fraud activities. Just when we're coming here, I received about two attempted fraud calls on my MTN business line. I mistakenly sent to 500 cedis. So please don't. The first person was, I mistakenly sent to 500 cedis. Can you send it back to me? So I hung the line because I was very busy at the airport. The next one is, we're just nearing here. Then another person called. Did you receive a call from someone telling you they mistakenly send you money? I said yes. So please, we are calling to protect you. I'm sending you your code so that you mention the code and we safeguard your number. So these are all things, and people, they succeed. They succeed in doing that. So it's not just only cryptocurrencies. When someone will come and build a product like a Ponzi scheme, pyramid scheme, and go run around it, someone can just go and create a networking marketing scheme and say, okay, there's going to be mining systems on the platform. There was one like that. I attended their conference because I knew this is a pyramid scheme, but I attended it just to see how they will brand it, so that when they break down, I can use that as a use case to tell people. Because as an educator and advocate, these are the things we need to tell the public. You print t-shirts, you come and cut cakes and tell them, okay, this is here to stay. They ask for business sets. The guy couldn't even produce an authentic business set. Who was promoting that particular pyramid scheme? He said they have mining machines. All you need to do is to rent a mining machine online, and it will mine the coin for you. remember the name. When I remember the name, I'll mention it. They asked for business certificate. Pardon me?
They're also into franchise.
Park Miner.
Yeah, they're also.
Park Miner, yes. Park Miner is gone off. They were shut down by the foreign SEC, Security Exchange Commission, last year, December, or last 2 years, December. So they came and did their workshops and all that. And the guy was saying, I earn a lot. But that's how you see, they'll brand it P2P and just pay few people. You refer the others, then they run away. You wake up and open the site down. You will not be able to, you won't even know who to contact. So sometimes when they mention you earn in cryptocurrency, you rent the machine, it mines the coins for you, and you get paid. All this, the guy produced business certificate. It was just some American. He said that their founder is in America. This is a certificate. Certificate. They were not signed. No signature. There was just name written and no signature, no seal on the set. He passed it around. They asked for the Ghanaian registered. The certificate from Registered General Department. Because if they say you are operating in Ghana, he said, "Oh, okay, let me message today." He said he's going to message their boss, who is in Akumasi, to send a copy. The copy never came until they finished the program. So all these things happen. I mean, they just ran around it. Saru Moore and co. They all came in the name of cryptocurrencies and blockchain. But every day they will wind up. But you need to look out for certain things. That's why we show some of these things, the entities, their authenticity. You need to verify. Don't just trust, but verify. Imego is also one of them. Creating, educational content, doing a lot of profit-oriented appropriations in order to, earn revenue, just to keep the ecosystem running. And so these are the roles that I mentioned, driving research and all that. This is the roadmap of Cardano. Of course, when you have founded something, you need to run through certain crawl, you start to move and all that. So that's how it is. You need to, the foundational level. At the Byron era, Cardano was basically going into test the transaction systems, how either transactions could just move between two people. And that was when Cardano was fully on mainnet, for people to just basically test the transaction or sending and receiving ADA tokens. Shelley era, decentralization. But for the good news is that all this roadmap has been completed. I mean, Shelley decentralizing the ecosystem for people to be able to participate or take a part in the ecosystem, where you can have people creating stake pools. People can just delegate their wallets into particular stake pools, and in order to participate in the validating of transactions. Smart contracts, you can simply build self-executing contracts on the Cardano blockchain, and that was the Gauguin era. And then for Basho, you can have other cross chains, as I mentioned, scalability. You can have other entities and other chains coming on board to either give you their platform or also tap into your platform in order to launch their products. The Voltaire mainly is on governance, and the roadmap is ended, and that was when the Charles Hoskinson remarked that he's come to the end of his journey, and that Cardano is now in the hands of the community. The community decides whatever to do, whatever they want to do with the treasury. So even currently, there are several budgets that are submitted in the ecosystem, and people are perusing it. One key governing body or governance advocacy ecosystem of the Cardano is Intersect. If you search intersect.org is mainly handling Cardano governance, and there are several of activities that they do. And so anything that happens, if there are 250 million ADA allocations, they decide where the money is to go. And how does the governance go? Basically, you want to hold the token for about 500. If you have 500, minimum 500 ADA, you can register as a delegated representative and participate on governance actions. So if there's going to be budget voting, if there's going to be governance actions with 500 ADA, you can register as a delegated representative and then vote. If you don't even want to participate as a direct, you can delegate your wallet to a registered direct, so that the person will have your voting power. The amount that you hold in your wallet will represent your voting power, and the person can vote on governance actions on your behalf. We'll look at the wallets very soon. And so that's how basic governance is. On other aspects where we'll talk about later, Project Catalyst, it also happens there. So that's the key features. Launch some mainnets, introduce either wallets were created, others, and you were coins that you just want to keep. You can delegate it to a particular stake pool, and then they give you rewards out of that. You can run a stake pool, get rewards, and then also delegate your either to a particular stake pool. Smart contracts, Bluetooth as a smart contracts language. I think very soon we will explore that malware to design for non-programmers for financial contracts. And then you can create decentralized applications or even DAOs on the blockchain. So this is a scaling era. Introduce side chains to ensure and enhance operability. So I know of Polkadot now with Cardano Foundation in order to be able to enhance the chain. Hydra as a layer 2 scaling solution, just to ensure that the blockchain can be able to run effectively and efficiently. So this is for the governance. So as you participate in governance actions, you get rewards. You get rewards because there are times when you vote on proposals and some other governance activities, you are rewarded for your participation. And this will lead me to Project Catalyst. Now, for Project Catalyst, because you want to build your house, it depends on the project. So most of these simple things, you rent them. But all you need to do is buy maybe cement, water, and some other materials, iron rods and others, in order to build. So you need materials, but where do you get it? You need money to be able to procure some of these things. And so Cardano you also need people. People are resources. These people are resources because once you can collaborate with someone to create an idea, to create a solution. And because we are now in a digital world now, the world is a global village. It's a global village. One like those the way they say, oh, do you know a white man? You have a friend who is in America, and it was like something strange. Today, on our phones, we have a lot of people that we talk to. On X, on Facebook, you talk to them, you message them. The Catalyst funding rounds. From proposal submission to community review, to voting, to then validation, and then project onboarding and project proof of achievement. So once you submit proposal, we have a stage or just like a 2-week window or sometimes 3 weeks, depending on the funding round, where proposals are submitted. So right after the closure of proposal submission, it goes through the community review stage, and the community comes and review your proposals on the rating scale of 5.0 scale. They rate your proposals where 5 is excellent and 1 is poor. So as they rate, they give reasons or rationale behind their comments, behind their rating on your proposal. And the 3 major criteria the community uses to rate or review proposals are: 1, if they can verify that the school is actually a school in Ghana, and he's not able to. All that he provided, they are not okay with it. He provided a letterhead from the school, signed by the headmaster. He sent it. He added his posting letters, promotion letters, pay slips. They said they cannot verify them. These are not authentic. You may say, oh, it's signed, it's stamp and sign. Stamp and sign doesn't mean it's authentic. Anyone at all can create stamp. And Ghana Education Service doesn't have a database that contains schools in Ghana. Recently, they were launched, the recently left government wanted to do MIs, GSMIs. We visited the site and it was down. It's not working. So that's how we are facing challenges. So the person has been teaching for years, and yet UK institution cannot verify him that he's a teacher, that the school exists. They were even looking for if he can share social media pages, Facebook and X and others of the school. Public schools, they don't have Facebook page. It's only private school that sometimes create Facebook page. But public school, they don't do all these things. But at least you can have a page that where he shares student activities. He's not up to now. He's still on them. Now he's finally he doesn't know what to do again. And I was also sharing my experience. COVID, we did COVID vaccines. The COVID vaccine, they put QR code in them. I imagine you travel outside, you go to let's say US or even over 84,000 memberships. So you can imagine in just about 13 funding rounds, $150 million have been distributed to over 2,000 proposals. And these are successful projects. So what happens is that at the end of every, so these are their total fund 19K, 78K. I mean, remote stars, Africa jobs, shadowing, non-new wallets. So you can create a wallet, water documentary. So water is here, they did a documentary on, impact stories and all that. So so when you visit projects like that, you see successful projects. How to participate is there, how it works, how to get involved, largest categories. Cardano Open developers, 88 million ADA,
Yeah, so
5 million ADA, 15 million. So this is for partners category, Fund 13, the recent fund, 5 million for growth and acceleration, research and development. This is for growth and acceleration. Use cases concept, 5 million, 8.5 million for products. Where's ecosystem? Ecosystem, yes, 5 million. Okay, so helps drive ecosystem growth and education to onboard more Cardano users. So you see, developers support development of open source technology centered around improving the Cardano. Enterprise will follow the flywheels of innovation to ignite premium research and these. So these are some of the brief backgrounds. So for partners category, it was recently introduced. Tech hubs like IAF, ARC, and others can explore that area. I mean, where they look out for big corporates that can really help the Cardano to grow. That's where you can come in, and there are a lot of budget allocations there. So Fund 14 is coming up. Just brace up, and if you want to do community review, propose. Some of you may not be able to have time to actually execute projects. We have people that they will propose. Yeah.
house.
Look at the number, Charlie. 37.
So if you want to establish a hub, you're welcome.
Yeah. So you see, Togo is not on the map, so you have to bring Togo to the map. Uganda is there, two projects.
There's Uganda there.
Uganda is here.
But why I don't have somebody from the ground?
In Uganda. So maybe, madam.
If you want to establish a hub in Uganda, just connect to the water network.
Yeah.
And you can oversee.
So
I'm the lead in Uganda.
this one is instant recruitment. The leader is there, so.
I know.
Yeah, so.
I'm really interested.
So my brother from Togo. You see, so Catalyst is one way you can bring Cardano to Togo. Catalyst, without nobody hiring you, bring idea, and if it's successfully, of course, you see a gap. There's no Togo, so you can bring Togo to the map through Project Catalyst. You can follow WADA and bring Cardano. You can use Cardano Ambassador Program and bring Cardano to Togo. I'm a Cardano Ambassador, and we don't have any Togolese. And the Cardano Ambassador Program today constantly recruit always. They recruit always. So you just need to position yourself well, mention your experience. Of course, even passing through this alone can be a case. I mean, you can make a case out of that, because sometimes as an ambassador, of course, they look for people that have some experience that can represent Cardano very well. And that's what the ambassador program is about. So it's run by the Cardano Foundation. So that's how this is the breakdown of that. You can bring your city, and not just even country. So if you look at Ghana, 37 projects, and we've had like Accra, we've had Kumasi and Atamale and other cities here being able to do and projects. So the beauty about this is documents are already available for you to read always. I wanted to find out whether the questions about whether we can take a snap.